welcome back to The Trend. My name's Ivana.
My name's Rosa.
And today's trending topic is going to be another Singles Inferno recap because the finale just came out like about a week ago.
It just came out.
Listen, a week
realistically
is recent.
You know what I was gonna say? It's funny that a week ago, before like Netflix and all this stuff was like, oh, it just came out. But now that it's like been killed online, it's like you're late. A week ago, been over it.
We feel late, but I feel like realistically, the average consumer is not watching it as soon as it comes out like this. So
I think that's debatable.
Anyways, if you're watching this, it's because you're interested.
Yeah.
So, period. Yep. That's all that matters. Anyways, if you have watched any of the previous recaps, or if you're like a subscriber in general, you might notice that it was just me before. But now we have Miss Rosa.
Someone's been studying, okay?
Yeah.
What can I say?
So actually doing something like productive and like meaningful to society and like
trying hard.
Yeah, because like she's like in like health, so, which is like a necessary field, whereas like being a YouTuber is not necessarily priority.
No, but this brings entertainment and discussion, and I will die on the hill that entertainment is just as important. Yeah. Like, as a field as any other.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. They're like, get to that.
I know, right? They're like, enough with the philosophical BS.
Okay, we're gonna go character by character because that's what I've been doing and just kind of talk about like what's been happening as of recent. But before we start, I do want to talk about a poll that I posted after my last video, and it was so funny because I was like, oh, like no couple looks super strong, which it's funny because after we seen the finale, I still was like, wow, none of these couples
seem like they're gonna
it's
last.
Not giving. Yeah. And then I was like voting like between Jeongsu and Minseol versus Sian and Taewon. The way no one
It was
voted.
a sweep.
The way no one voted for Minseol and Jeongsu.
It was a sweep.
I thought that they had a chance. That's why I put them as an option.
You and Minseol are the only people that thought that.
Literally, I think it's because we're both like delusional.
Yeah, you do have
we
that.
We have that like
too,
delusional energy.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Jiyeon and Taewon, I also don't agree with. But we can get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Start off strong with Miss Sian because she took
the star of the show.
No shit, that pissed me off for real. Like that actually took majority of the show, and like I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went back and forth between like do I like her, do I not? Because the thing is, I don't mind a girl being decisive about who she wants and like really dating around.
You mean
I am
indecisive?
for that. Yeah, indecisive. And like dating around, I am for that. I'm not the type where like, oh, you need to stick with one person and choose them. But she took it to hell.
She took a little too long making her final choice, and I feel like she didn't only waste the men's time, but she also wasted some of the other women's opportunity to at least get to know these guys. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if she had at least told them like, hey, go explore other things, like go see your other options the way I'm doing, versus I actually think anytime she saw any of the other men being nice to other women, she immediately was like, well, then he's not that into me.
Yeah,
versus saying like, well, I'm getting to know other people, they're getting to know other people. And I thought that was a little like,
it was hypocritical.
Yeah.
When Jeongsu went on the date with Haelin and she came back and she started like pouting in front of him, like in that moment you're like, whatever. But after seeing how the entire season played out, I'm like, girl, all that just to not pick him, like, for real.
No, and even on their last date when she had told him like, well, every time I saw you being nice to the other girls, I just thought your feelings weren't that deep. And that wasn't even him flirting with other people. That was him just being nice to other women. So, yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of that side of her.
And, like, you do feel bad for the other women because it's like these three men were so stuck on her because she dragged it to hell.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, from the beginning.
Like,
and even Jungkook, I think if Sian gave him a little bit of attention, he would have stuck on her.
Yeah.
Too. Completely.
Period. It's just, I said this in, like, one of the previous recaps where it's like, I feel like she didn't want to think about it and make a choice. Like, I feel like she genuinely was like...
She was like vibes only.
Yeah, she was like okay with being indecisive, and I feel like that's not okay. Like, you need to at some point be like, sit down, make a decision. And she just didn't do that.
I've always said this about Singles Inferno, like, people that are too much of a realist probably shouldn't go on the show. Because yes, in 7 days to make that type of a decision, I understand that. So either you bring in deluded people, or you make it like kind of like Love Island. Maybe not Love Island, because Love Island's like
super long.
8 weeks or something. Or 10 weeks, whatever. But make it 2 weeks, make it, you know, just a little bit longer where it's like, kind of like, you know how Too Hot to Handle is the only other show that I can recall that's also a week, but like that one's so based off sexual tension where it's like, well, yeah, you can do that and get over it.
It's pretty instant.
Yes. Whereas like trying to find like actual relationship stuff.
And like love.
I can't blame her for that, but yeah, it was like, girl, you have 7 days. Like the countdown started yesterday, so
it was dragging. Like,
yeah, she just dragged it out a little too much, and it just made me
not like her.
Not like her, but like any person she was gonna end up with, I would have been like, meh.
Yeah,
like no, that's true. The thing, because I was just like,
it wasn't like you were really attached to like
to any of the
guys.
Yeah, and I just like even the way we were talking about her dates, where it was like, it was Jeongsu, then Jeongsu. Yeah, so Jeongsu, Jeongsu. And I was like, enough with like the bounce backs. Like, just go with like, someone twice and call it a day. And just
for me, we talk about her for like 20 minutes, but like it literally made no sense for me for her to take Jeongsu on the last date just to not pick him. What? How did that? And like, it's not like their date went bad.
Yes.
If it went bad, like, makes sense. It went good. Like, it looked like they were like. So how does that make any sense? It felt like she just like, I picked them.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should move on before we talk about her forever. Okay, wait. Next we have Yujin. Yo,
let's going through it.
Like, I feel like I was bouncing back between liking her and not liking her. Like, sometimes I was like, y'all are too, like, heavy on my girl. And then I was like,
yeah, I still think the whole swing thing, the editors just had it out for her.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think she was a tryhard so much so as she just, you could tell she really craved something that she wasn't getting anywhere. And it felt like she was just constantly pulling at strings, and it just was uncomfortable to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, she was a cutie, don't get me wrong, but, like, even when she took Junghoon on the last date, and everyone was like, what? And then she's like, I think we're vibing. And then this man falls asleep. Like, he was ready to go back to, what was Haejin?
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
It was just like...
It was uncomfortable. The other thing is, like, she gives to me, like, major millennial energy. Like, the millennial energy.
Yeah, we're in the era of Gen Z's being the forefront of media stuff.
No, literally, like, you could tell, like, the generation difference because her being, like, brum, brum, like, it was giving, like, a mustache on the hand, like, wasn't it?
Yes,
like,
that's so funny.
I don't know, I just felt like she was too, like, corny. Like, that's what it was. Like, she was very corny.
Also, I hope someone in Yujin's life tells her, like, it's okay to grow up. Like, there's nothing scary about growing old. Yeah, no.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, the one thing I did like about her consistently is she never lied throughout the season. Like, she was honest. She would go to the camera and be like, I hope that he didn't pick her.
She's like, why'd you have to be happy in front of me? Honestly, keep it to yourself.
Like,
she was real. She was super real.
Okay, next we have Minseo, who is like second in delusional for women.
I think she was first.
You don't think Yujin is supposed to?
No. I think Yujin was trying to fight reality. Minseo had her own reality. Like, she existed on another planet. When she genuinely thought Jeongsu, it was Jeongsu, right?
Yeah.
Was flirting with her.
Yeah,
and then even the host was like, and like those hosts, God bless them, except Dex, they try to keep it PC all the time.
Yeah.
The one guy that was like,
no, I can see, like, maybe.
No, the one guy, he was like, he wasn't flirting with her. And everyone was like shocked that he called her out. But it's like, she's like, put a necklace on for me. And he's like, oh, you're so needy. And then she's like, he put the necklace on me. Like, you asked him.
No, like, could you imagine? He's like,
yeah, like, no. What was he gonna do? Yeah, what was he gonna do?
Like, he obviously wasn't gonna say no.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, the tears, and at the end when she was like, don't forget about me, was crazy.
Yeah, that was
mad uncomfortable for everyone. Yeah. Like, you just killed the vibe of the campfire.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think Yujin was to millennials what Minseo was to Gen Z. Like, they were the exact same person, two different generations showing, and you could see in their behaviors and the words they were saying. Like, it was just too much.
No.
Yeah.
But I do feel bad for her that she spent all of her time on some lame ass.
Yeah, I don't know, obviously, because we weren't there, but I just don't understand how she spent the whole time obsessing over him.
When it clearly felt like
yes.
they didn't have
But that's what
together.
I'm saying. Like, maybe in person he was giving her a different vibe than what the camera was doing, but
No. I think
you don't know that.
I think
she's not delusional.
I think so.
I don't know.
Because
but even on that date,
other women were like,
towards the end, yes. But even when
Sian went on the date and he said, "Who are you thinking of?" and he said Minsel.
well, he had like alluded to taking her, and then
Yeah.
he never did end up taking her. And then when he was with Sian, he was like, "Oh, I was thinking about Minsel."
No, that's true.
And then he never addressed that ever again.
No, that's
so you just
true.
thought of her once. Why did you even talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think he explained it, but I forget what the explanation was.
Yeah,
it's not
but
significant.
I
No,
don't
true,
know.
that's true. Jeon, I feel like we only ever have good things to say about her. Like, if you talk bad about her, you're being blocked immediately. There's no discussion.
She just got so done and dirty.
I feel like she got stuck with the wrong type of man, as a lot of us do.
Except not all of us are stuck on an island where we're constantly faced with this man.
I feel like she took him at the end because she couldn't, like, leave him there by himself.
I don't know if they're allowed to even.
Yeah.
But yes, I do think that had the right person come in for her, she would have flourished in ways like...
Yeah, we just didn't get to see much of her
see.
real personality because no one was really bringing it out of her. And she seems like a naturally shy person, so it's not like she's gonna display it on her own.
I hope she goes on Jin Young, Dex's, whatever.
Yeah.
Reality show.
Yeah.
Variety show.
He'd flirt with her.
I think it'd be a cute thing. Also, I like that it's not like she got stuck in that situation because she genuinely tried to get out of it. And Taewon just would not let up. He was not letting up on her. Yeah.
Like, if it's the right kind of guy, it's romantic for them to do that. But for him, it was like, it just was not the right context for him to act that way.
Yeah, and also, he didn't even want to act that way. He clearly liked, like, what she represented more than her. Yeah.
Which is so weird. We have to talk about it when we get to it, because that's crazy. Sure. But, okay, next we have Hyejin. I feel like Hyejin, I honestly also thought was boring. Like,
yeah, she
didn't really, like, I feel like she had the opportunity to be very much, like, proactive man-eater. Because, like, she had it in her. Like, there were times where she would be, like, really bold.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know, it didn't manifest in, like, an entertaining way.
No. Yeah. She was just kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
Like, she had that kind of a, like, serve moment when she flat out flirted with Jonghoon.
Yeah.
But then it was, like, as soon as she got him, like...
Yeah,
nothing
I
really
feel like
happened
both of them
after
were
that.
kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like, they're both kind of just, like, not...
Yeah, I have some notes
hateable.
about the season at the end in general, but we'll
they're
get
not
to them.
hateable, but they're not, like,
they're just not memorable.
My favorite character.
Yeah, they're not memorable.
Yeah. Arin, I feel also pretty similar. Like, she is so... If it wasn't for the love triangle with Haelin in it, they would have been so forgettable.
I found her so boring.
Dongho too. The two
like,
of them without Haelin were so boring.
I find it very interesting when someone actually has like a very prominent and dominant what's it called, like scene, like love connection throughout the show, where it's like, okay, you have a lot of screen time, use it. I got no personality from her.
The only time...
Like, and she was on the screen a lot.
She was.
So...
I don't know what we were looking at, to be honest. The only time I thought she was, like, it was, like, a significant moment was when they found out they lived, like, close together. Like, that was pretty interesting, because, like, what a coincidence. But other than that, I'm, like, I literally can't remember what they talked about. I can't remember, like, what the vibe was between them. Like, there wasn't even, like, a super romantic vibe between them. Right? Am I tripping? Like,
I didn't get... No.
I don't know.
I just thought she was forgettable too, and that was shocking for how much screen time she got.
Yeah, maybe because she was in a love triangle. We have Haelin.
I don't know if this is controversial. I haven't really been online. I like Haelin.
No, me too.
Haejin.
Haelin. I think it could be both.
Haelin. I liked Haelin. I thought she brought personality. I thought she brought energy. I thought she brought entertainment. Every time she was on the screen, I was like, I want to know what this girl is going to say.
Yeah, because she was fun. She was interesting. She had a very strong personality. Yeah. If there was any good game changer to come in, it was her. Yeah. Like, she did her job. Yeah. But other than that...
She did do her job as a game changer. Like, even though she didn't get him at the end, she did her job. Yeah. She shook things up for a bit. Yeah.
Unlike... whatever. But I kept saying this, like, I feel like him and Haelin are the better match. Like, more fun and, like, interesting. But I think... I felt like he was gonna end up with Arin just because it seems more stable.
Yes, and how he said, like, that's his usual type, and yeah, I don't think he would have strayed from
An
it.
accountant seems like he would date someone more like, oh, in my city, oh,
Yeah.
it's realistic.
More
versus
logical,
like a fun student who just like kind of swayed his heart a bit.
Yeah.
Like, it was not surprising. Okay, finally, girl, we gotta get to Taewon. Like, oh my god.
Taewon, who raised you?
No, because I get it. Like, after first of all, anytime you think... I'm just saying, anytime you think a man is younger significantly than he is, we should have known something was
yes,
up.
that's what
the
I was gonna
jig
say.
was up the moment we thought he was 20 and he was 30. Red flag. Red flag.
Red flag.
There is no world in which a 30-year-old should be acting like a 20-year-old.
Confused with a 20. Yes. That, oh my god, what didn't this guy say that was just like, made my skin crawl every time?
And like the way the potential was there. Like, they could have been the sweetest,
I never saw the
couple.
potential.
No, because like I saw the potential for them to
From
be, like,
the moment he stepped
really
on the
sweet
screen and he was like, my calm demeanor like stops arguments and stuff, like,
I saw the potential.
okay, Mr. President, like, what's going on?
When he first like saw Jiyeon, I kind of saw like maybe they'll
No way. No,
Okay.
oh, that's what you think. Yeah, that's fine. I'm saying for me, as soon as he started hitting on her, he hit on her the minute he found out she had stayed on the island by herself.
Mm.
To me, that was giving, clearly no one's gonna pursue this girl. She's an easy target. That is who I will zero in on because none of the other women are paying attention to me. It was so clear to me as soon as that was when he approached her that, oh, he just wants screen time.
Something easy.
Yes, he wants something easy. He
think
wants
he
a
also-
guarantee.
Yeah, I think it's
I
not
never
even-
thought he even liked her.
it's
I don't
not
even
even-
think, obviously she was beautiful, but I don't even think like she was his type, truthfully. I don't think that.
She might be though, because if he owns an underground club, he might go for girls that are more like, I always said like she dresses more like a hot style versus like cutesy, whatever. Like that might be his type.
I don't know.
If he is
Maybe.
into clubbing. But yeah, again, when he was like, oh, I took off work to find love, it's that serious. And then you realize throughout the season why. It's like when with those people where you're like, why don't you have any friends? And then you try and befriend them and you're like, that's why you have
That's why. Yeah. Me currently going through that situation with someone, I'm like, oh yeah.
like, that's why you have
Yeah,
a
that's
friend.
why.
That's why I felt with him, because it was like, wow, seeing how he literally completely disregarded her, and the times that she did try to communicate how she was feeling, he was not reciprocating.
It was like in one ear, out the next.
It was literally like talking. No, it wasn't even in one ear, out the next. It was like in one ear, and then he internalized it and thought, how do I make this about myself? And then spit it out his mouth. He literally was trying to take every word that Jiyeon said and like, okay, how do I make this about myself?
Yes. Just so contradictory, so condescending.
Nothing
just
he
so...
said made sense. Like,
Dude, that moment when he made up a lie, flat out lied. He was like, 8 years. I don't remember what it was, but he was
the
like, you told me 8
contacts.
years.
You wore them.
Yeah, and she's like,
What?
She's
Must
like-
be confusing me with your other hoes. No,
Yeah,
I feel
it
like we
was
could pick
not-
apart each thing that he said because it made no sense.
Yeah.
And even the judges were like, what?
What?
And I feel like it's even worse because Jiyeon is so not the type of girl to like call him out and be like, I
No.
thought you said this, or
I don't
be
think
like,
it's in-
what do you mean?
yeah.
She would just be like, and that's kind of on her as well. Like, girl,
Well, not necessarily.
no, but like, speak up if you don't understand something.
No, but it's not just that. Like, I kind of understand her, and I think it might have been Dex or someone was saying, like, she's trying to be considerate in the sense of, at least this is how I internalize it, in the sense of, okay, if I don't understand, maybe it's me not understanding, so let me go back, sit on it, think about it, and see if I'm just not understanding in the minute.
And then she would ask the girls too.
Yes,
Yeah.
because the thing is, she would bring it up to him after again, and he still would
not get
flip it. Yes. Like, that's why when that happened and the hosts were saying, like, he didn't even answer her question still.
Yeah.
Because she brought it up again.
Yeah.
Like, and he
He-
still didn't.
He flopped. I'm sorry, Taewon.
He was a flop.
What do you think about Dongho? Also flop.
Boring.
Flop next.
Just boring.
Legit. Like,
I don't have
care.
anything to
Let's
say
move
about
on.
him.
Okay. Theo. The thing is, I want to feel bad for Theo, but at the end of the day, men like this, they do it to themselves, and like, I don't want to call them stupid, but if it was me, that's stupid. That's stupid. Like, being this so, I don't consider it romantic to only pursue someone who's clearly not interested in you. I don't consider that romantic, like, at all. In the real world, they call that stalking. No, I'm kidding.
I get it if you're genuinely not interested in anyone else, But when it's like you haven't even talked to anyone else from the beginning,
Yeah.
and to me it makes sense that he didn't talk to anyone else after the fact, because it's like, okay, you've already friend-zoned all these women, like in your mind you already categorized them, and you got to know them with the frame that you did not want to be with them.
Yeah.
So it kind of just put himself in a box.
When he said, oh, Sian came in the room and locked the door, yeah, guess what? She closed the door and locked you in it. Now you're in there by yourself. Because that's what, like, if you give women this power, that's what they will do to you.
Yeah.
So, like, I want to feel bad for him, but then I'm like...
He was a sweetie, though.
I feel like he wasted his own experience. I know he doesn't feel that he wasted it, but to me, I'm like, you really did. Like, you don't know what could have blossomed with any of the other girls. And I'm sorry, like, to the rest of us, it was so painfully obvious that he was never in the race. He was never in the race.
For all that doting on her he did in the beginning, and for that not to even stick with her
at all,
was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And that should have been, like, his first clue.
Yeah.
To, like, maybe I should start talking to other people.
And I want to, like, say that it's Xian's fault, but she can't help who she likes. But she should have, like, made it, I feel like, a little more clear from him.
Earlier.
Yeah. Like, she really waited until the very last moment to be like... And I feel like she knew earlier. That's the thing. That's what makes me mad. I don't think she was considering
I don't think she actually did know, but again, I don't think, like... Sadly, someone... Well, I don't know, maybe it does make for good reality TV, but... Her personality type, where it just seems like... Whatever's in front of her is what she focuses on. I think that's the problem, because if Theo had won one of those challenges and taken her to paradise, he for sure would have been in the running. For sure.
You think?
Oh, for sure. If he got her, I mean, maybe, I don't know.
I really feel like she wanted, like...
A big guy, or
at least, like, okay, Yuke's not that much bigger, but he's, like, edgy.
Yeah, but even during the first coupling decision, she picked Theo.
Did she?
Yeah. You remember when they have to, like, hand each other the envelopes and they were the only two that had paired up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she picked him, so...
No, I don't know then. Okay, we have the major gaslighter Jeongsu now. I don't care what anyone says. There was, like... You don't even know this.
There's Jeongsu sympathizers.
No, there is. You don't even know this, but like in the previous episodes,
you don't even know this.
She doesn't know this. In the previous episodes, like there were literally people commenting because I was hating on him because I'm a hater. Like I'll just say that. If you don't like that, click off. And they were like, "You don't even know. Like you have to see both sides. Like Jeongsu this, that." And I was like,
both sides of what?
I don't even know what they were talking about. Like, but they were
doesn't matter because I don't like them.
They were really defending him. Like there was one comment that was like, "Oh yeah, like I agree with you."
Yeah, I will say this about Jeongsu. He did start acting right towards the end, but I think he only started acting right when he got humbled and he realized that the women, like he was no longer the one picking the women. Yes, the girl he liked was picking between the men.
Yeah.
And I think that's when he started acting right, because when he had the other girlies in the beginning, that's when he was like, I was testing you. Like, I put in 4... Like, how do you go from putting 4 envelopes to, like, Sian? Sian. Like, what happened to this, like, Playboy character you were 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
I think
he wanted to win. Like, I think he wanted to win.
Against the other men?
Yeah, Sian against the other men. But, like, it just bothers me because I feel like he also did a hell of a, gaslighting when he was having his one-on-one date in Paradise with Sian. And he was like, well, why did you lean your head on her shoulder? Well, why did you, like, make me feel all these confusing things? As if he didn't also, like, brush Haylen's hair out. Except Sian didn't see. Like, he was doing mad shady stuff.
True.
But... I don't know, he was just like playing the victim in front of her and trying to make her feel bad and trying to make her like comfort him and say like, no, like I didn't mean it, blah blah blah. Why?
Well, I mean, granted, I kind of understand. Like, it is weird to see the person you're interested in doing that to someone else, even if they are right and justified doing so. But yes, like, I'm not doing that in a small enclosed airplane. Like, and I know Sian had said like, oh, as soon as I did it, I realized I shouldn't have. Dude, we're thigh to thigh. Like, there's no way I would have forgotten that, like, my other date is, like, sitting to the left of me.
Yeah, like, if you realize and forget it, you just be like, oh.
Yes, yeah. Versus, like, falling asleep. Yeah.
No, I feel like they were both, like, lying and gaslighting low-key.
Yeah. I feel like they were, like, actually a better match.
Because, no, they'd be hella toxic. Like, they're both, like, gaslighting.
They're just both, but I don't know.
Anyways, people are probably gonna drag to be like, no, we love Jeongsu.
People liked him as soon as they realized he wasn't the most popular. It's always like that.
Okay, Jeongsu, I don't like any of the men on the show. I'm so for real. I don't like Jeongsu.
Is he the last character?
Jeongsu, we have Jeongsu, and yeah, I think that's it. Okay. No, we missed Jungkook, but
I have nothing to say about
you. Me neither.
He was handsome, but yeah. So, Jeongsu. As a side note, I enjoy these reality shows when at least one or two of them are like super attractive, like not only physically, but like physically and like mentally, I guess.
Yeah.
I did not feel that way about anyone on the show, and that made it very hard for me to even want to watch the last couple episodes because I just did not care.
Were gorgeous. The women were stunning, like chef's kiss. The men, they flopped.
They just flopped a letdown. Yeah. Well, I kind of felt that way about Theo, but again, once he lost his screen time with Sian, you never saw him again. Did he even have screen time in the last episode?
Barely.
Barely. So yeah. In terms of Jeongsu.
I hate this man. Ooh, who said that? Who said that?
Here's a side note. This is, while we were watching together, this is what I was thinking. Jeongsu did to Sian. Okay, how Jeongsu won Sian over is exactly what Jinyoung should have done to Seolgi to win her over. The way he completely submitted to Sian and started trying to like adjust himself to her and like be sweeter to her and like do the things she wants and reaffirm her, that's when he won Sian over. Seolgi was waiting for Jinyoung to do that, and he never did, and that's why he never got her, and that's why she went with Jungwoo. I swear.
Parallel universe.
Yes, I swear if Jeongsu never did that, he would have ended up exactly like Jinyoung. Where it's like, oh, the chemistry between them is undeniable.
But they're just not gonna work.
But he's not giving her the affirmation.
Yeah.
The way Theo was. Sorry, that just like came to me while I was watching it. I was like, this is what Seolgi wanted so bad from season 2. Oh, they're from season 2, obviously. Yeah. I feel like everyone knows them, but...
No, I did not like him the whole show because I feel like his second date with her, like, I can respect that he pulled up his pants when she came back because he was like scared of losing her, but his second date with her, he was being so like terrible. Like, he literally was being so terrible. He was not a gentleman at all. He kept being like, oh yeah, calling her by her name, doing all this, knowing she brought it up several times that it upset her, but he just didn't want to change until he really felt like, oh, maybe I'm gonna lose her, so now I'm gonna change, and that makes you feel fake.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're just doing it because you're scared that she's gonna pick someone else, not because you actually care to be nice to her.
True, but I also feel like that kind of also shows maybe his feelings were genuine because he was willing to change. I'm just not a big fan of any of the men this season, so I didn't really care who Sian was gonna pick.
I think if I was Sian...
I also was a little fed up with Sian, so again, I did not care who she ended up with. Like, at least with season 3, because it had a similar situation with Guani and the other girls, I really liked... Was it Haijin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked Haijin. So
Hysun? Which one?
No, he ended up with Hysun, right? Yeah. No, I liked Haijin. I think that was her name. Or Hajang?
I don't know. You know who we're talking about.
You guys, yeah. So I at least cared to keep up with that, but in this scenario, I just, as soon as I knew Theo wasn't in the running, I did not care about it.
What are your final thoughts of the season?
Final thoughts? The show is called Singles Inferno, not Singles Paradise, so enough with the paradise scenes, especially when they're boring as hell.
Oh,
like,
true.
Give me some at least friendship. Give me at least some conversations. Like, that is what made season 3 and season 2 so much better. I think season 2 was the peak one because they had genuine friendship. Season 3, even though I didn't think they were like genuine friends, but that sit down where all the girls were dogging on the men, I needed something like that.
Yeah.
Give me something to break up all these Sian dates. Like, I'm so sorry.
Enough
with the dates.
There were barely any like conversations.
Nothing.
That we actually got to saw. And even the dates were not even conversations. We just saw the way they acted together. It wasn't like we got to listen in on them. Barely.
Yeah. And I feel like the big contention or the big point is like, oh, you find out their age and job. It seems so irrelevant now where it's like, okay, just have them discuss it while they're on the island. Like, what's the big deal? Because clearly, like, I also feel like they're going on more dates. Am I wrong? Or
no, I felt like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they just paired up, like it just happened to be more.
Maybe it was that because I just felt like, what's the big reveal if like everyone's going every single day basically? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't get it. But let us know what you think. I'm sure there's people that disagree with us, which is fine. If you want to drop a comment, feel free to. We're gonna.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, we like chatting in the comments.
Yeah, we don't mind
that's
the
like
discourse.
that's like the most fun. I'm also gonna post a poll on the community page. So like if you go to our profile and scroll past our videos and shorts and whatever, you'll see a tab where you can vote, and those are fun to do if you want to participate.
Yeah, best couple out of the final couples.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.